everyone, it's Stacey Hawkins from StaceyHawkins.com, and welcome to my kitchen. Tonight I want to dispel the top 5 myths about lean and green cooking. Are you ready? Because I am. I have a feeling these things are going to blow you away, especially if you're just getting started on program, because many of you think these exact things, and I promise you by the time our 10 minutes here are done, I'm gonna blow all these myths out of the water and you are gonna be more excited about eating lean and green than ever. So let's start with myth number 1, and that is that lean and green living, eating, cooking is just another diet, it's just another fad, and it's just something I'm gonna be on while I'm on program. And the fact of the matter is that's baloney. Why? Because lean and green cooking does not mean throwing lettuce and tomato on top of your hamburger and qualifying as lean and green. What lean and green means is eating really terrific whole foods that are lean in fat. They're really great in things like protein and vitamins and minerals. They are fresh, they are delicious, they are colorful. They are foods that you are going to want to eat for the rest of your life, because once you get off the boxed and prepared and frozen and all that other stuff that you're used to eating and turn over to a life of lean and green, you are going to see this whole new world of flavor changing for you in your mouth, because when you start eating real food again, it is just amazing how terrific it tastes, and I promise you, you're going to want to eat that way for the rest of your life. It's not a diet, it's not a fad, it's not just something that you're going to do for a little while, it's something that I'm going to show you how to be able to master quickly, easily, and painlessly, and you are going to be so excited about eating for the rest of your life. And you know what? I want to take just a moment, because I know there's some of you here who are watching who have been eating lean and green for a while. Do me a favor, and for the newbies that are out there, throw some comments down below and start telling people what you've noticed when you've changed over to that new lean and green lifestyle. So it's a whole new, fresh, exciting way to eat, and that leads me right to number 2, which is lean and green has to be hard. Well, that's a bunch of baloney as well. It does not have to be difficult. In fact, it's very simple, because it's getting us back to basics. It's getting us back to good foods. It's getting us back to whole foods. It's getting us back to those things that we're excited to see on a plate, as well as we are to delight in our taste buds. And the other thing is, they really don't have to be hard to prepare. And if you watch some of my videos, if you follow me on YouTube or here on this channel, then you know how easy it is to be able to do this. That leads me to the third thing, which is it's expensive. And the truth is, it's really not expensive. Now, whole fresh foods, you can also use frozen foods, you can even use some canned foods as well, and I have a whole long description on the StaceyHawkins.com website that you can check out about kind of my cooking methodologies and my ideas when it comes to lean and green. But it can definitely be done on a budget, and there are lots of different ways to be able to do that. Everything from buying in bulk to paying attention to sales and just taking 15 more minutes per week to be able to master this. I promise you, in 15 minutes, you can save tons of time, you can save tons of energy, and you can save tons of money as well. And we've got all kinds of videos and blog posts that are dedicated to eating lean and green on a budget. So feel free, as I said, to check out the website and you can take a look. I've got a whole blog post on, I think it's 5 or 6 ways that you can eat lean and green on a budget. Now that brings us to the next, or tip number, I think we're up to 3, right? So number 3 is that it's boring. No, it doesn't have to be boring. I promise you, when you eat lean and green and adopt a lean and green lifestyle, you're going to see that it opens up this whole new world of flavor and opportunity for you. You are not stuck with just chicken and salad or broccoli or a hamburger. You don't have to eat boring foods. I promise you, there is a whole world of flavor out there, and it is really easy to do, as I said in one of the previous steps. And then the last thing is that step number 5, or myth number 5, is that people believe that, oh my gosh, I have to make one meal for myself, and now I'm gonna make one meal for everybody else because I'm on program, and this isn't for everybody. Well, the truth is, lean and green living is for everyone. And I've got to tell you that I think that was one of the most exciting things for me about getting on program, starting to eat clean, was that it had such a positive effect on my family. Now, nobody kind of really knew what I was doing outside of my family as far as paying attention to what I was eating and wanting to cut back on the carbs and going on program, because sometimes that's not something that you really want to preach to everyone. Although now I shout it off the rooftops, and I know all my fellow health coaches out there too are shouting it from the rooftops. But as I said, nobody really knew what I was doing, and I just kind of snuck it into my family and my friends as well. And what I mean by that is the way I started cooking and the way I started preparing meals, everybody thought like, wow, Stacey's gotten to be this great cook. And I'll be honest with you, it wasn't until much later in my development of my business that I actually went back to the Culinary Institute and got my degree in cooking. So I just started making all of these small positive changes, adding more colorful vegetables, adding more fiber to our meals, buying a whole steak instead of something that was pre-prepared or pre-marinated. I just went back to this fresh, good food, and I will never, ever, ever forget the day that I put a meal on the table and my son, who was probably 8 or 9 at the time, was like, "Mom, this is the best thing ever." I felt so proud to serve that meal. I felt so proud to see the joy in his eyes. And you know what else? I felt even better because I was sticking on program. I made one meal for myself, one meal for my entire family. I mean, it's just one meal for everybody. And they were eating lean and green with me, believe it or not. And if you go to my Facebook page, you'll actually see the pictures. My son Chase, who now is 17 and 6'4", through adopting a really strict lean and green lifestyle and putting himself a little bit on program, lost 40 pounds for wrestling this past winter. So the testament is that it can be done. It can be easy. It doesn't have to be difficult. It doesn't mean that you're not going to want to eat this way for the rest of your life, because it's not diet food. It doesn't mean that it has to be hard. It doesn't mean that it has to be boring. All of these myths are a complete fallacy. So staying on program, adopting a lean and green lifestyle, and sticking to it so that you've got your 5 and your 1 and you are on program and loving it will get you the success that you need. And more importantly, it's going to take you through to the long haul, to the long run. You're going to meet your goals and objectives. You're going to get to where you want to go, and you're going to continue eating lean and green and taking your fuelings and doing what you need to do to maintain that healthy glow like I and so many of the other people that we know who have adopted this lifestyle now have about them. And it's enthusiastic, it's contagious. Your friends are going to want to know, what are you doing? What are you cooking? You're going to bring something to an event and they're going to be like, oh, I want the recipe for this. So it's a lean and green lifestyle. The myths that are out there are hogwash. I'm telling you, it doesn't have to be hard. It doesn't have to be easy. And I am going to keep helping you to eat lean and green now and forever. This I promise you. If you want more recipes and ideas, like I said, check out the StaceyHawkins.com website.